Hi everyone, this is Rosemary with Craft with Ro. How are you? Today is Saturday, July 19th, and we are going live with our craft along. Thanks so much for those that have purchased it. The assembly guide is still available if you are interested. Just leave a comment below and I'd be happy to send it to you. It's $20, I believe. I will post that link and information on this video. So today we are going to craft along and create several projects with the Silly Safari stamp set. How cute is this? I love these little characters and I love the party celebrations primarily. And we're going to show you several fun creative ways to use this stamp set. We're going to create today a double page layout. Fun and simple. We're going to show you some cool masking techniques and some creative fun fold cards. So we're going to be creating this card as well. We are going to have fun with creating this card, Woohoo, It's Your Birthday. And last but not least, I think this is my favorite of the fun folds. It is creating a really fun, different way of opening up your card, fun fold card. And again, it's all birthday related cards. So let's get started and we'll create the page layout first. In your kits, you received a package of accent pieces. You should have received additional accent pieces, your 2 base pages, which are basic beige, and an accent piece. Now, I'm using a substitute, and some of the kits have included the substitute. It goes just as well with the difference of what we're using on these pages that I originally created, because I sold out of product. So let's get started. You are going to need a trimmer. You're going to need, your kits also included a full pack of these embellishments. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need black ink. You're going to need some markers. We are using Pecan Pie, Lemon Lolly, Crumb Cake, and Timid Tiger. Obviously, you're going to need adhesive. You're going to need scoring tools. And you're also going to need a piece of scrap paper or masking paper. So let's get started and show you how fun and easy it is to create this page. We will start off with the left side of our page. I'm going to just move this other base page out of the way. And, oops, this is the left side that we're creating first. And we are going to trim this down. I believe all your measurements are on your assembly guide. And this is going to be, I wish I had my assembly guide in front of me, but your accent piece paper is going to be cut down to 8 3/4. Let me make sure I'm in the camera for you guys. So we're at 8 3/4. This piece set aside, it's going to be used for your right side of your page layout. And we are going to attach this right to the back side or right side of your page. And we can get that lined up nice and straight. And then you are going to cut this piece right in half. So at 6-inch mark. And leave the other piece set aside for your right side of your page layout. And here we're going to do some fun random stamping. So let's put this guy aside. And really it's just about randomly stamping, and then we're going to do some coloring. And I forgot my block. So, because we're going to be coloring, I highly recommend the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I probably should get some scrap paper to put underneath here just to keep from getting ink. And I just inked up my black Memento, so I don't know if that's what's going on, but and then we will do my favorite, because I love giraffes. And obviously part of these will be covered up. We're going to get this little monkey in here. Oops. And let's get our rhino. So many animals. And I chose, and you can, but I chose not to color them all in. And then let's get our last but not least, our little tiger. Oh, I actually think that's enough on that page. But let's grab our other piece that we're going to continue onto the other page. And we'll put our rhino on. I'm going to have him come right off the side here. And we'll bring him over here as well. And I just realized did I do the zebra? Yeah, I did do the zebra. The first guy I did is the zebra. And then let's add our giraffe again. Okay, so we can start actually randomly coloring some of these guys in. So I'm going to continue. You guys can color whichever ones you want, but I'm going to focus on coloring in the monkey and our Mr. Giraffe here. So for his face here, I am using the light crumb cake. Some other great colors that look good is ivory on his face. And he's down here. I love our blends. They do not leave streaks. And I think I'm going to leave his nose open there. I'm going to add a little extra color there. And we might as well grab our other side here where we've got more of our little monkey. And he's right here. So who thinks that coloring is therapeutic? I absolutely do. It is what I call a stress reliever for me. Okay, and let's grab our pecan. And when I'm using the markers, you got the two sides, the thin side and you got the broader side. Because we have some narrow spots here, I'm using the thin side. And I always just go right around the edge of the line, the inside of the image. And then color inward. So here I can now go with the broader blend end and so you can and let's get sorry, I got quiet on you guys. Like I said, this is so meditating for me. I'm just thinking about what I need to do. What's my list of projects to do? So for those that you are just joining, I am Rosemarie Massaro, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and also known as Craft with Ro. And we are creating our craft along. So I'm just going to add some accent pieces of color to his ears. I'm using Petal Pink and his little mouth. I am got ink already all over my fingers. I don't know how I do that. I think I am one of the messiest stampers there are. Oops, I forgot to do this guy's little head. Color in his little nose and his mouth. And then we are going to color in our tiny giraffe. And again, I'm using Light Lemon Lolly. Sundance is another great color that would look really great with this. Even the Darling Duckling. I'm just going to go around these circles here. Because we are going to color them in with our pecan pie. So the nice accent pieces with the pecan pie. And then actually if you wanted to, and I'll show you, you can use the darker pecan pie for his mane. Or we can just double up and make that, try to make that just a little bit darker by coloring it in twice. So I am pre-recording this. But if you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them and I will respond to them. We have a family outing on Saturday that got scheduled. Obviously, it is weather dependent, so I'm making the assumption that we're going to have some really nice weather on Saturday. And those that signed up for the craft along, you will get the PDF, which most of you should have already received, and you're going to get the link to the video so that you can watch it at your convenience and do a replay, craft along with me, put it on pause when you want to. And I think we got one more on this side. I probably should have or could have colored these all in advance, but we had to trim this paper down because you received it in the full size. So I'm doing pretty good here. I use this color quite a bit lately and it's doing really well. But if anybody ever wants to know when their marker is running low, it's going to start squeaking on you, believe it or not. All right, and we're doing pecan pie for our little circles here. Again, just so much quicker if you just go around the inside or around that line. And don't you love it? It just does not streak. They hold up to their name. They are Stampin' Blends. And you get 2 to a pack. You get the light and the dark on each one. And they do sell them individually. You don't have to buy them in a bulk pack. It would be nice if they did offer it in bulk at a discounted rate to be able to get your favorite colors. All right, so here we're going to color in his mane. And I want this to be just a little bit darker, so I'm going to go over it. Or I could have pulled out my darker blend. There we go. So you're crafting with me from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Where are you guys from? Throw it in the comments there. So the coloring is absolutely probably the most time consuming on this page. Wait till you see how quickly everything else comes together. And I just want this a little bit darker, so I'm going to go over it one more time. Our last giraffe I want to call him George. I don't know why. Because the monkey should be called Curious George, but he is so cute. Last but not least, his mane. And then we are going to pull out that petal pink again. And we're going to do his ears, his little mouth. And same on this piece here. All right, this page is now ready to attach. So again, we're creating this page right here and this page right here. And this is just going to come over to, I'm just going to line it up by eyeing it, but your assembly guide does have how far down from the top of your page. But we're going to line this up right along the edge. And I'm just going to eye it to be centered. Then we're going to grab our woven texture paper. We're going to add that. It should line up perfectly to the center of this, to the left of your page. And we can then start adding our photo mats and our journals. So this is basic beige and this is our crumb cake. And your pages did not include photo mats. I did not cut photo mats for myself either. But we can start attaching the photo mats. You can add your photos. And the size photos that you need for your page, for your pictures here, is also listed in your assembly guide. And here I am not using the two-tone, but some of you may have received that two-tone cardstock. I just used what I had available and already pre-cut. And like I said, your assembly guide does have exactly where to be placing this, how far from the top, how far from the bottom. And honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as you line up your right page. So I do need to, I should have started from the right. I am going to suggest that to you guys. Start from the right on putting in your little, your photo mats, because then you're going to want to line them up from there. So and that's why I love my adhesive that is being unavailable, because it is so forgiving. Goes right about there. We're going to take our strip. Now, keep in mind you have 3 of these strips. One is a little bit thinner, and then the other 2 are a little bit wider. And we are going to be using the wider ones for our journaling on our other page. I'm just going to take this down here. We're going to line it up right about there, just as a nice little accent piece. More journaling here. And I will spare you. I just used our black journal pen and created our lines right there. We're going to line this up. And now, because I am going to have a photo here, I don't want to put adhesive on the top edge of here. So we're just going to put some adhesive right down here. Going to overlap just like that. And then you have a scrap piece of paper here, right? And you're going to stamp 2 images. I'm using the giraffe, and then I use the monkey, as you see here. But I think I'm going to change it up to maybe the tiger, only because I have the monkey showing on my random stamping right there. So, here it is. I'm like, where'd my giraffe go? We're going to stamp him right here. Oops. Let's flip that over. And then I'm going to stamp our tiger. And we're going to do some fussy cutting here. I'm just going to go right up along the... I'm going to spare you from watching me color him in, but I will color him in after. And I use the Timid Tiger, which is one of our brand new colors in the blends. So the fussy cut, instead of moving my wrist, I am moving the paper. I'm just going to trim this guy up right here. And then he is going to get tucked right underneath here. And then same with our giraffe. We're going to fussy cut him. And he is going to, George is what I called him, right? We're going to tuck George, place George right on the side there. And this scrap piece right here, we're going to set aside because we have some more to do for our other page. He's really easy to fussy cut because he has so many straight lines. It's just his head gets a little curvy. And there we go. I'm going to trim him right at the bottom of his lines right there. Move these scraps out of the way. Save this for after. And then he is going to go right here. And feel free to use dimensionals to pop them up. I don't believe I just did that. And then let's get our little embellishments out here. I tended to use some black on here. And I'm going to see if I can kind of cover up some of these blemishes. And I'm going to go with one more. I'm just going to try to cover that up right there. All right, so we have our left side of our page done. And we are going to move on to the right side. And this obviously does go much, much quicker. You are going to line this up, your piece that you cut from for the left side of your page layout, and you're going to line that up right along the edge of the left side of your base page, right? And then we have our colored in random stamps. So what I'm doing, because I did not measure exactly, I am lining this up with my left page so that I can get this lined up to come right over. So it looks like it's an extension from that page. And we are going to add our photo mats. And so some of my cute little images are going to get covered up, sadly. I probably should have used this on the other page and use the other one on the other page, but you'll be able to take more time and figure out that exactly how you want your placement. Does that look crooked to you guys? It looks a little crooked to me. Actually, this one looks a little crooked to me. So on here, we're going to take those two other woven strips, right? We're going to hear our crumb cake as our journaling strips. Just line them up in the center right there. Same with this piece right here. These guys are going to go, and it looks like it's about 1 1/4 inch. But again, your assembly guide is definitely going to share with you where that goes. And so I have the tiger popping up right here. And I think I can do that as well. Where'd my tiger go? So you choose the image that you want to stand out and pop out. Again, we'll color him in after, but he is going to go tucked right underneath here. I just used my tweezers to lift up and tuck in. And then, last but not least for this page, this is scrap now. You can toss it. You can actually use it for your masking technique that we're going to do in our cards. But then you should have received all pre-cut, and it's all on two-sided tape. The title, Go Wild. And these peel off very, very easily. Some of you probably have not received. I forgot to cut on the original cuts the exclamation point. And those will be coming in the mail to you with a little extra treat for you. When I was, so I pre-cut everybody's and then realized that I forgot to cut for me to do this video. And that's when I realized that I did not cut the exclamation point for everybody. These are our Alphabet a la Mode dies. I love them because they are slim. And sometimes, you know, your pages just don't have enough room to get the title that you want on here. So this is my go-to usually when I am limited space. We're not on this page, but pretty sure you understand where I'm coming from. And for me, when I was die cutting and putting it all together, be careful in your package, is because you have a very, 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 very little dot. But I obviously packaged up mine last and realized that I could not find my dot. But I'm going to get a little creative here. And we are just going to use a little dot for my embellishments. And you guys can do the same as well. And we're just going to add a few more embellishments. right there. Let's see. I put some at the accent right here. But you can place your embellishments anywhere you want. So there we go. We have our second page. So this is what we just created. Obviously, I have some finishing touches to do to mine. But you get the drift, right? All right, next up is 3 fun fold cards. We're gonna take a break here because we're already at 45 minutes on this video. And I'm gonna record a second video showing you guys how to create the fun fold cards. And obviously we'll email you the link so you have access to both of these videos. Thanks again for joining. I so appreciate your time with me and look forward to creating the 3 fun fold cards for you. Ciao.